It's a nutrition segment. And we're going to be talking to our state-registered nutritionist. He's going to be helping us to understand how to improve on your kidney health with nutrition, all right? How to improve on your kidney health with nutrition. Of course, the segment is interactive. We want to hear from you. Use the hashtag BreakfastDaily. The WhatsApp line is 0550-585832. This segment is sponsored by Lele Rice. Lele Rice, tasty food, happy family. Now, Akosua Konedu Yadom has joined us in the studio, and we're going to have this conversation. Good morning, Akosua. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. Yourself?
I'm very well, thank you. All right, so the kidney and nutrition. Sort of give us a sense of why it is that this conversation is even important. And then we look at the details.
Kidney issues. I've had even people send me a lot of messages via my DM on my social media handles. And it's like the kidney issues are alarming. And even among us as health professionals or colleagues, being nutritionists or what have you, it's like it's something that comes to the table whenever we have to discuss about it, because today you will see that this celebrity has posted this person. We need to raise funds to help support this person because they have to undergo dialysis or what have you. And it's a lot of money. So you have a kidney, I have a kidney. I'm not safe because I'm a nutritionist. Obviously, I'm lucky because I may have knowledge on what I need to do, what I need to eat and not to eat, to be able to kind of flush certain things out of my system and make sure I don't contribute to this. But it is very important. The kidney is part of God's blessings as far as your makeup is concerned, and they are responsible for a lot of activities in your body. There is a reason why you are able to pee and get a lot of that wasted products or waste out of your system. The kidney will filter up to 200 quarts of blood in a day, and that will release 2 quarts of waste, the waste you are able to bring out. And when you convert the 200 quarts, you are getting 187 and then some other figures added to 1,000 of milliliters.
Okay.
And
if you say 2 quarts, give us a sense. A cup, use like maybe a sachet.
So let's say a sachet. Let's say 1 liter. The normal 1 liter. We know that is 1,000. So it's like you getting almost 200 of that. So that is how much the kidney will need to filter, like how much it will need to work in a single day. And that will make the kidney be in the position to be able to release 1.8 liters or almost 2 liters of the deaths produced in your system. So you can imagine how important it is for the kidneys when it comes to we having the deaths out of our system. The kidney is responsible for also working on some nutrients and making sure they are regulated in a certain level. The kidney is responsible for the release of hormones, for making of red blood cells. And our red blood cells is responsible for our blood health. What are you without your blood health? It is the kidney that will make sure your blood health is improved on as far as making of healthy red blood cells are concerned. The kidney is responsible for also taking care of certain nutrients like calcium. When there is a lot of calcium ingested in you, and we'll talk about today, we will play on some of the foods we've preached that you should make as part of your meal. We will touch them in a certain way that will make you go like, oh, why are you touching these important nutrients? It's because of what is sitting in there. And so your age, my age, should influence me even adding more of this calcium meals, because if you are in your menopausal age, you are prone to osteoporosis due to the depletion in your stores as far as your calcium levels are concerned. Now I don't have any osteoporosis issues, and so when it comes to me and my mother, how should the calcium balancing be? Because if you are not careful, the release of citrate will contribute to you having this. Now there is this type of kidney stone called as calcium citrate stones.
Talking about kidney stones, sort of give us, I mean, we'll continue with that, but give us a sense of the different kinds of conditions you can have, diseases that you can have with the kidney.
So with your kidney, you can have chronic kidney disease, you can have kidney stones, you can have polycystic kidney disease, you can have urinary tract infection, and then you can have the glomerulonephritis. It's a mouthful, so you have to take your time before my Akosua shows up, my account shows up. So you can fall under these category, but you realize that a lot of times we have the kidney stones looking at us, because then it's not like end-stage kidney disease where people have to go for treatment of dialysis. We are focusing on touching on everybody, including you, myself. We are not there yet. How do we make sure we are making our kidneys stronger? How do we make sure the day-to-day meals we are eating is contributing to our kidney health in a good sense? So that is the reason for this conversation. And so it's very important that we do the right thing to make sure that even if we've had history of we having a spike in our uric acid levels, we will be mindful as far as whatever we are eating is concerned.
Okay, now let's look at, how does someone know, sitting at home watching us, that they are actually in danger of kidney disease? Are there warning signs, things to look out for?
So with kidney issues, kidney stones or what have you, sometimes it's difficult for you to even look at me and say that, oh, she's a nutritionist, so we think everything should be perfect about her. No, don't get it twisted. Okay. We can't look at you, but obviously there are certain things your body may be experiencing that may need you to walk to that hospital and tell them that I want my uric acid levels to be tested. I want a chemistry done on me to be able to tell me my level of sometimes to go the creatinine or my uric acid level. So based on what you want to do, I want to find everything about my kidney health. The professional, the health professional, or the lab biomedical laboratory scientists will be able to know the exact lab to do. So if you know nothing at all, just go, I want to know how my kidney is doing. And so you may feel fatigue.
Okay.
So you are tired. It's early in the morning. It's a Monday morning, and Kweku is on the show acting all up. It's like Kweku is so worked up. It means that you should be concerned about it. If you have difficulty concentrating, it's a Monday morning. You've had a weekend. And so we expect you to start fresh, because it is the beginning of the week. So if you're struggling to concentrate, there is a problem. If you have trouble sleeping, there are people who struggle a lot. Insomnia, it could be insomnia, or you just don't have the normal pattern, sleep pattern anymore. It's a reason for you to be concerned. Poor appetite. You see something on a regular that you would have been able to kind of munch on or just do justice to it, but for some reasons there is
it's just
it's not within your neck. Hey, Kweku. And yes, puffiness around the eyes in the morning, blood in the urine. If you have that, there's a problem. Frequency in urination. If you just have to be out all the time, there is a reason to be worried.
But sometimes I find that the frequency in urination, sometimes I find it a bit of a challenge, in the sense that, I mean, if I drink a lot of water, which is what I like to do, will I not urinate frequently?
Obviously, if you are taking a lot of water and you are doing a lot of pressure work, it's supposed to happen that way. But there are individuals who are doing the regular amount we are recommending, let's say the 4 sachet or the 2 liters per day. But you realize that after this segment, or even before this segment, halfway into the segment, the person is out. It's like every few minutes this person will need to use the washroom. This is nothing normal. You need to be concerned about it. Muscle cramping and then swollen feet and ankle. It's a bit common with the swollen feet and ankle. So if you are having blood in your urine, there are things you can't imagine people treating them as normal, because how can you have blood in your urine and somebody goes like it's normal or wash off within time and you accept it? So if you are feeling any of these, you need to make sure that it is properly taken care of, because it can pose a lot of threat to you. The kidney being responsible for blood health, being responsible for hormones that helps in the regulation of our blood pressure, needs to be given every attention it needs. It's also responsible for vitamin D synthesis, because vitamin D is needed for calcium absorption to happen. And we've spoken about excess calcium even sitting in there. So nutrition is tricky. This is important, this is needed, but you will need this to be able to make sure you are doing this within an acceptable limit or range. So please.
So just touch briefly on the the issue of the, because I mean, something like blood in the urine, for example, I mean, bilharzia causes blood in the urine eventually, you know. So how many symptoms in combination will you now be looking at and say that, you know what, this is serious, let's take a look at this?
Our bodies are different. Our bodies react differently. Here I am, I always say it, I've lost 4 kg and for 5 years I'm still looking for the other 3. But somebody else is gaining that thing within a month. So we are different. So it could be that I may even be having issues, but my body is presenting those issues in a way that is out of the box as far as how you address the normal thing is concerned. So if you are going through fatigue, it could be that you have a terrible routine. I was just asking the director before the show started that is it that he didn't sleep or he did like night duty here, because he looks tired in his eyes, and you can clearly see that this has nothing to do with kidney issues. I'm believing he doesn't have kidney issues. He's just worked up. He's tired. So if you evaluate and know that, oh, I have had my normal 6 hours of sleep, I have relaxed as much as I can over the weekend, but I'm still here and I'm experiencing ABC, means that there is a reason for you to be concerned. All
right, okay, fantastic. The show continues. We're going to continue further and look at the foods that you need, food that you should avoid, and so on and so forth. But we're going to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back, and don't forget that this segment of the show is sponsored by Lily Rice. Lily Rice, tasty food, happy family. All right, so we're going to continue the conversation looking at the foods that we need to eat to make sure that our kidneys are blessed with all the goodness of nutrition. So, Akosia, let's continue the conversation.
So, for foods that are good for the kidney, apples are good, avocados are good, egg, especially the white. That is the albumin. The white part, very good for. So if you have time, we'll go through a day's meal, and then we'll use egg in there. Then the dark leafy greens. A lot of people in my DMs, they go like, oh, broccoli, spinach, please go look out. Kontomire is there for you. Alefi is there. Bokoboko is there for you. Ademe is there for you. So I always say that based on where you find yourself, if you are in the north, you have a lot of greens. The dark leafy greens peculiar to you in the north is something I'm talking about now. If you can find spinach and broccoli. If you are in Volta region, if you're in Ashanti region, Kontomire is something you can find. So eating these or making them as part of your meals will go a long way to help you as far as improving on your kidney health. Then kidney beans, obviously kidney is attached, so you have to make sure it is part of your meals to help you. Bell peppers are very good. Garlic is almost in everything. Very good. So they are garlic, onions, ginger, very powerful because of their antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties they possess. They help to get rid of certain things you don't need that causes hurt, including hurting your kidneys, also out of your system. Then chicken, but the chicken you have to be careful about where you are eating. I always strongly advocate for the breast or the drumstick. If you do the drumstick, you take the skin off because you don't want a lot of fat sitting in whatever you are eating. So you basically, if you are eating well, like we always preach here, as specified by the World Health Organization, as far as making sure your plate has a bit of everything, being fruits and vegetables, being the staples, being the animal protein, and we'll get there. With the animal protein, there are certain things you need to be really careful about, especially if you've had an episode before. You need to be careful, especially with the red meat. So when we get to the foods you are not, or items you're not supposed to indulge in or eat, we'll talk about that. So basically, you eating fresh and clean will help you because Kontomire here is fresh. Most of the vegetables we have here, they are fresh. So you eating clean, eating fresh, and making sure your plate is balanced will go a long way to help you as far as improving on not just your kidney health, but your overall health.
Fantastic. I like that. I like the fact that everything that is needed is locally available.
So maybe let's do the meal plan to fit in there.
Let's do that.
So for breakfast, I did omelette for you. So omelette, I would want to use 2 eggs, but I'll take the yolk out. If you're somebody who has had episodes or kidney stones or elevated levels of your creatinine, your uric acid, or what have you, if you had issue as far as your lab readings relating to your kidney health is concerned, you can take the 2 yolk out. If you've not had any issues, you can maintain 1. and take one out. That's how I fry my eggs. I'll always go for 2, but make sure one of the yolk is out. And then I pump a lot of leafy vegetables, make sure the bell peppers, all the colors are at play, because I spoke about bell peppers. If you have broccoli, spinach, why not? If you don't have them, you can have dandelions in there. In Ghana, we don't buy dandelions. I can come to your backyard and you tell me to take it. And then just clean it. Just slice some tomatoes and onions in there. You can crush a bit of garlic into your omelette. And that omelette alone is serving you about 5 of the examples I've mentioned already. And then you can go for whole bread. That is wheat bread. I don't know if what we have in our place here is wheat bread. Buy it from a proper place. You can have 2 slices equivalent to the 2 sardine tin Titus size of bread. You can toast it. You can decide to go for it raw. And then I'll go for yellow corn porridge. I love yellow corn because of the natural way it is blessed as far as iron is concerned. It is naturally blessed with iron, and iron will help you as far as your blood health or your hemoglobin or your red blood cells are concerned. So anything for blood health, I'm for it. And then you can go for milk, because calcium is such a big deal here as far as you making sure that you don't contribute to your calcium citrate stones levels, which is a part of a kidney stone, a type of kidney stone. You need to make sure the milk you are also eating is something that is healthy. I will always recommend that. I know you want to take over creamy flash. Yes, it is. It is good because of the fact that this is something I have spoken about it personally because of what sits in there. It is very low as far as calorie is concerned, and so you need to watch it. I will just want you to do 40 ml, which is the normal for you to do. But if you don't have issues, I normally do 60 ml, so 40 to 60. But if there is a need for you to be concerned, if you've had issues with your kidney before, then you need to be strict as far as your portions are concerned. So that is for the breakfast. The lunch, I can decide to go for a drumstick of chicken, skin off, and then a fist size of fufu with okra on the side. And then for my snack, I can decide to go for an apple or 2 sardine tin size of watermelon. And for my dinner, I'd want to have mputo with some mushrooms in there. So 3 ladles leveled of that. And that day's meal, that is from morning to evening. And if you have digestive issues, you can decide to scoop, let's say, 2 tablespoonfuls of Greek yogurt or 1 after every meal, so that you can help as far as digestion is concerned, and then to create that comfort you need for digestion to happen. So that is a daily meal for you.
What should we absolutely avoid as far as kidneys are concerned?
That is where a lot of work is, but I'll try to box it up. So high oxalate foods. Example has to do with spinach, cashew, broccoli, and some example of the good things we preach. But it is because of the contribution it does to the calcium oxalate stones that is contributing to that type of kidney. You need to make sure you are taking these ones in moderation, because that contributes to your risk of kidney stones. So you need to do it in the right way. Now, animal protein, and I'm stressing on meat, or what we call beef, nenchinam, not tolo beef, but what we call nenchinam. Now, that can raise your uric acid level, so you need to make sure you are doing it well. Citrate is very important. It is heavily deposited in the citrus fruits we have, and so a good example of what I will tell you to do, instead of going for carbonated drinks after having, let's say, your tilapia or your meals with protein, is to go for half glass of orange juice. The citrate deposited in the orange being the citric family foods, will have a way of making sure that you are regulating your uric acid levels. It will catalyze that. So once that catalyze happens, or once I have been able to shield the uric acid from contributing to your kidney health being affected, it means that citrate has been given room to operate, and that will help you as far as reducing your risk of kidney stones. So we don't just eat whatever you are putting in, will have a way. Instead of carbonated, I did orange juice, and I'm serving my body this goodness. And then we have sugary or carbonated drinks. Now, you need to make sure you are staying off high fructose foods. High fructose food. There are people who love to enjoy their mangoes. I say in Ghana, people buy mangoes and they say they are snacking, but they are eating a whole pack of mango. This is not snack. The calories being released into your system is probably like me eating fufu with palm nut soup. So the portion is also important for us as far as our nutrition is concerned. Carbonated drinks, a lot of them or some of them contains cola. And cola will also put you at risk. That's the cola that sits in the black one you love to enjoy on ice is what I'm talking about. So that you don't promote the formation of the calcium oxalate that we are talking about. That will put you at risk of that. And then high salt intake. When salt comes in, it can even be brine solution. If you are somebody who enjoys a lot of canned foods, I use tomato paste in can, but if you can strike a balance, make sure the fresh ones are more, and then this it's not easy for people to stay off certain things, and I wouldn't sit here and act like I don't use it, but make sure the fresher ones are taking over the canned ones, because I would want to prolong the shelf life of that commodity, and so I may need to add certain things to it. Most canned foods contain brine solution, which means there is added salt in there, so you need to make sure you are doing the right thing. And then your salt intake, and then excessive caffeine due to the high calcium levels. Calcium is at play here, so you need to make sure you are eating right and doing the right things.
Thank you very much.
It's always a pleasure. So I will try to post this. This is very important to me because of the comments I've had. So on Instagram, you can follow me at The Nutritionist Akosia, at The Nutritionist Akosia on IG. On Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Nutritionist Akosia, and you can WhatsApp me on 0243 350206.
All right, thank you very much.
It's always a pleasure.
Speaking with Akosia Kunedi Yadom, who is a state registered nutritionist, and she's been helping us with foods that will impact and improve kidney health.